What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to have kind of a year in review for the track bowling brand. So basically, I think we've got 6 bowling balls that we came out in the year 2022, and we're kind of just going to talk about them and get some thoughts on them. Maybe talk about what we'd like to see the next year. Unfortunately, I don't have any idea what we're going to see this year, so it kind of depends timing and everything of when I get to see the bowling balls and what's coming up next. So yeah, let's get started with what we've had for the past year. So the first ball out this past year was the track bowling Paragon. Hopefully you guys can see the numbers and everything on the screen here. I know it's kind of more vertical instead of horizontal, so it doesn't fill up the whole screen. But this is the info sheet for the Paragon. Obviously, the track brand had the Paradox series before as a massive hit. So then we came out with the Paragon series, and so far it has been very good. I remember initially throwing this ball at the beginning of the year for the videos, and the first thing I thought was, this is probably the strongest ball I've ever thrown to this date. This ball was very strong, and as you can see, it says reaction, strong overall hook, and that is what we got with this. I think I drilled 3 or 4 of these actually. The main one I threw was a short pin Paragon, and basically it kept the flares a lot tighter. For 15 pounds, it had an RG of 248 and a differential of 056. So we're looking at a lot of flare, big strong bowling ball, big core, and it had the QR11 solid cover stock, so everything just matched up. It was a very strong bowling ball, and this was probably top 3 on the year of bowling balls that I threw throughout the whole year, for every tournaments, some house shots, just basically all the above. This was a ball that was kind of a go-to for me on just about everything. The next ball we have on the screen here is the track bowling Kinetic Black Ice. I've been a massive fan of the Kinetic line throughout the years. It seems the numbers match up really well for me with the shuttle core. This has a 248 RG and a 040 diff. So if you watch some of my videos, I like to talk about how I usually throw balls that aren't as strong. Luckily, the Paragon worked out for me really well. But I don't usually throw those type of bowling balls. I'm used to throwing kind of lower diff bowling balls. I just feel like I can kind of be more aggressive with my hand at the bottom, and not have to kind of go away from what I know. So Kinetic falls into the line I really like to throw. I had the shuttle core, like I said, QR7 cover stock. For me, when this ball came out, I had a lot of back end, and that was kind of something I felt like I was missing at the time that the ball came out. And as you can see, even the reaction says linked with strong back end. So it was it kind of filled a hole that I felt like I was missing at the time, and I was really excited for that. So I've seen a lot of guys throw this ball. Very good house shot ball. I think it's because of that more downlane motion that you see that is advertised with this ball. It worked out really well. So I never know. I mean, we've had plenty of Kinetics now with so many colors. I don't know how many colors we can keep going with, but I would hope that we have another one coming out this year. I would be really excited for that. Next up on our list for the track lineup in 2022 was the track Stealth. This kind of fell right below the Paragon for me. It was still a very strong ball, but to me, like I said, I drilled several Paragons. The Stealth was just kind of a little more continuous than the Paragon. So this kind of was the ball down for me, and then after that you would go to something like that Black Ice. So those 3 kind of fell in line with each other. The cover stock was a QR9 solid. The Stealth core had a 248 RG again, and a diff of 056. So you're seeing something pretty similar to the Paragon, really. But like I said, I felt like it was just a little more continuous. It had just a different type of shape than the Paragon had. And it just, like I said, it just fell in line. So at this point, like I said, we're middle of the year. We have a few balls out, and they kind of match each other. I mean, we can go from Paragon to Stealth to Kinetic Black Ice, and they fit pretty well. So this was a really, really exciting ball. I think a lot of guys threw this when it first came out over the summer. We'd had most of our tour season already done at this point, but it seemed like a lot of guys liked this ball when it first came out. So I was really excited to see that. I don't know if there's going to be like a Stealth Pearl or anything like that coming up. I have no idea. I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be very excited for another Stealth in the lineup. after the Stealth, we had the Paragon Hybrid. And the initial thought with this ball was it definitely looks like the Paradox Pearl that we used to have. Has that same kind of purple color, has the yellow writing on the side. And obviously with this, you're just going to see kind of a cleaner version of the Paragon. Instead, for this one, it has a QR11 hybrid cover stock instead of the solid, so this is definitely cleaner. And I drilled one of these, and I can say that this definitely had pretty good amount of back end motion. It was definitely way cleaner than the Paragon. Like I said, to me, the Paragon was possibly one of the strongest bowling balls I've ever thrown. I drilled several of those. I only drilled one of these, but this was really good on some of the house shots I bowled on at the time. I bowled a few regionals over kind of the summer with this ball as well, and it helped me out really well. I remember one tournament in particular, I think I switched to this ball for the last 3 games or so. Averaged like 250 with it, and I didn't really have a look with anything else until I switched to this ball. So it bailed me out big time. So good memories with this ball. Like I said, anything with Paragon so far has been very, very, very good. Moving on to our second to last bowling ball of 2022 is the Legion Solid. We were bringing back obviously the Legion line that we had a few years ago. The original Legion Solid Black that we had from a few years back was a huge hit. A lot of guys on tour threw that ball. It's very, very good. So they brought this back with a deep purple color. It's kind of a ball that sits kind of in the middle, good for heavy oil, kind of in medium oil. But obviously it's definitely not as strong as a Paragon or anything like that. So this was kind of below the Stealth, below the Paragon area. Brought back the LT2 core, goes with the prime response solid cover stock. 15 pounds RG was 250 and a differential of 0.46. So you're looking at something with a little more diff than something like the Black Ice. Obviously a solid cover though, and a little higher RG. So it got down the lane a little cleaner than some of those balls like the Paragon, Stealth, stuff like that. So it's a little cleaner, a little smoother because there's not as much differential. It's not flaring as much. So this is kind of more of a benchmark piece that we came out with. Unfortunately, I didn't get to throw it as much as I wanted to because there were so many balls that came out with this ball. It kind of got lost with everything else, but when I threw it, made the videos, it was very, very good. A lot of people liked this ball. It was their benchmark ball like it was supposed to be, so it definitely got the job done. Now we're moving on to our last bowling ball of 2022. This is the Track Sensor. I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get to throw this ball very much. I mean, I could still throw it. I still have a few of them that I actually had drilled up to shoot the video with this ball. But unfortunately, I was throwing, if you watch some of my videos, I've been throwing the Radical Rattler a lot, which has pretty similar numbers to this ball. But I've thrown that ball so much that I have not been able to throw some of my other bowling balls. I'm too confident with the other ball to just give it up, which that's a good thing, I guess. So anyways, this ball came out with the DR6 Pearl cover, the regulator core, so an RG of 249 and a differential of 0.34. Very low diff ball, so you're seeing less flare. You're looking at length with strong back end for the reaction. So this ball is made for medium to light oil. It's probably kind of more of a house shot ball for me most of the time. But like I said, this is something I like to throw a lot, so I need to try to throw this ball a little bit more. If I can, I definitely want to. It seems like it's very good, very clean. So this was kind of the last piece in our lineup that we were looking for. Like I said, we've had the Paragon, we've had the Stealth, we've had the Legion Solid. So we've had all the big, strong balls. Then we had the Paragon Hybrid and the Kinetic Black Ice, which kind of fit in the middle. We're a little cleaner. And then this sensor kind of rounds out the end of the lineup for 2022, being that cleaner, kind of weaker bowling ball for our lineup. So we've had 6 bowling balls this past year that we've covered. Like I said, they all suited each other very well. They went off of each other, with the Paragon down to the Stealth, down to Legion Solid, Paragon Hybrid, Kinetic Black Ice, and then ending with this sensor here. I think Track, for several years now has had a very, very well-rounded lineup. Been very fortunate to have, the Paradox series and now the Paragon series. I think for me, the Paragon was probably my favorite trackball this past year. Like I said, I threw that ball a lot. That was probably top 3 of bowling balls that I threw throughout the year. It was one of my go-to balls without a doubt. So for me, I would pick that as my favorite ball in 2022 from the track lineup. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Which ball was your favorite? Which ball you wish you could have tried? Anything like that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Just want to do a little recap of the bowling balls that we brought out from the track bowling brand in 2022. I hope you guys have a great start to the new year. If you haven't already, please go like, comment, or subscribe to the channel. As always, we greatly appreciate it. We'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, we'll be back from Las Vegas with some good results and some more content.